Good morning, students. Today we are going to learn the English grammar textbook 10th chapter. The first part already I have explained the active and passive voice. So in active and passive voice we are going to learn the tenses. So how can we change the active voice into passive voice in tenses? That we are going to learn. So already I have explained to you two tenses. Two tense I have explained, simple present tense and present continuous tense I have already explained. In the textbook page number 78 you see. So other third one is present perfect tense, fourth one is simple past tense, fifth one is past continuous tense, sixth one is past perfect tense, seventh one is simple future tense and eighth one is future perfect tense. Here you should know that one. There are 12 tenses are there, or tenses already you know 3 tenses are there: present tense, past tense and future tense. So but each one has the 4 forms are there. Each one has a 4 forms. Already we have learned the tenses. 4 forms means coming all together there will be 12 forms in the tenses. How many? 12. So but we are going to learn here the 8th tense, from active voice to passive voice to change. 8 tense only we use. 8 tense only we use. Okay. So that 8 tense are these things. 2 already I have explained in the last video. This is the second video, part 2. Part 2. Okay. Here present perfect tense. So I won't explain, but here already they have given in the detailed way. So just go through this. Assertive. Subject has plus have plus verb 3 and object. He has got a pen. Just you go through these forms. How we can change active voice to into passive voice in the present continuous tense. And the simple past tense. How can we change from active voice to passive voice? The past continuous tense. How can we change the active voice into passive voice? Past perfect tense, how can you change active voice to passive voice, the sentence. The simple future tense and future perfect tense. Okay, these are the forms. You can go through these and you can write the answers also by going through these formulas. Okay, so I want to explain by each one, but here already they have given you detail. Just you go through that, you can understand. Then I will explain the other rest of the chapter. That is important. Okay, that is important. Just see here. See here, the active voice page number 81 you see. Active and passive voice with models. With models means the respective words. The models means with the respective words. Some examples are given below. You see in the box here. The models are can, could, has to, have to, must, may. Okay. The auxiliary verb in passive voice. Auxiliary verb means this. Auxiliary verb this is the auxiliary verb. Then in the passive voice, it is in the passive voice. Here you see can, could, be, and verb 3 will be used. Here we see the next one has to, have to. Has to plus have to plus be plus verb 3. Must plus be and verb 3. May be and verb 3. This is the auxiliary verb in passive voice. Auxiliary verbs in passive voice. So now we see in active voice. I cannot do it. Can I do it? I can do it. First one comes I can do it. I cannot do it. Can I do it? Means this will be assertive and negative interrogation. This is an positive sentence. This is the negative sentence and this is the interrogative. Okay. So here then we should change into passive voice. It can be done by me. I can do not Can do by me. Here is this is actually for the subject can do by me. So that is the changing of the possessive voice. Changing active voice into possessive voice. This is the auxiliary verb in possessive voice. This is the auxiliary verb in possessive voice they have given. The next one you see. I cannot do it. It can be done by me. It cannot done by me. It cannot done cannot done by me. Next one, can it be done by me? Can I do it? Can it can be by me? Can it be done by me? Okay, this is the changing of into active voice to passive voice. Okay, in the models. Then he has to submit the project. The project has to be submitted. The project has to be submitted. The project has to be. Okay. The project has to be submitted. Third one. Submitted. The next one, next you can change. Then active voice, the must. We must follow the rules. See, in the active voice, we must follow the rules in the active voice. So we want to change in the passive voice. This is the form to change in the passive voice. Okay, models to change in the passive voice. This is the model. Passive voice sentence should be changed here. You see that we must follow the rules. No? So this will change into passive voice. The rules must be followed. Must be followed. Followed is the past sentence. Okay, past sentence. Verb 3. Okay, here is the must. The must be followed. Must plus be plus verb 3. Here also it should be as to be, as to be submitted. Okay, that is the form to change. The next one, may plus be plus verb 3, the passive voice. So this is the active voice verb sentence should be changed in the passive voice according to this rule. So the car may be brought by me. Brought by me. Okay, here you see the passive voice form is maybe brought. Okay, that is the rules to change these forms. I think you understand. The models are these. Then this is the passive voice. Actually, the passive voice. They are doing this form should be changed in active voice into passive voice. This is the form. Then this is active sentence. This active sentence changed into passive voice basing this rule. Basing this auxiliary verb form in the passive voice. Page number 81 you see. So one more point I want to tell you. Page number 81, the note there is a note you see. There is no passive form of the following tenses. The passive form is not there in these sentences. What are the tenses? In these tenses, there will not be the passive form. So, present perfect continuous tense, past perfect continuous tense, future continuous tense, future perfect continuous tense. These four forms, there is no passive voice. Do you understand? These four tenses. The tenses what? Present perfect continuous tense, past perfect continuous tense, future continuous tense and future perfect continuous tense. These four tenses, there is no passive voice. There is no passive tenses. You understand? In these tenses, the sentence cannot be changed into passive voice. Did you get me? In these tenses, these four tenses, the active sentence will not change into passive sentence. Okay, did you get me? Then one more thing is page number 81. Active and passive voice with the imperative sentences. Just see here, the imperative sentences express our feelings and emotions like command, order, advice and request. So these active and passive voice with imperative sentences. These imperative sentences, how can we write in the active and passive voice, or how can we change the sentence active voice into passive voice in imperative sentence? To change command sentence from active voice to passive voice, we can add the word let in the beginning or use models like should or must. Okay. Then next one, for sentences expressing request, advice or order, we use you are requested, you are advised to or ordered to, etc. The word like please can be removed. So for example, I will tell you this, now you can understand. Page number 82 you see. The active voice, switch off the lights, changing into the passive voice. Let the light be switched off. Switch off the lights. Let the lights be switched off. Leave my room. You are ordered to leave my room. Please accept my invitation. Please is removed. You are requested to accept my invitation. So that are the rules some here in the imperative sentence when we change into active voice to passive voice. The next one is see page number 82. Changing in the pronoun. Pronoun means you already know. Instead of the nouns, we use the pronouns. So, while changing sentences from active voice to passive voice, we have to be careful about the use of personal pronouns. So, here when we change the active voice into passive voice, we should be careful to use the personal pronouns. You can see here the page number 82, change the object into subject. Observe the changes. See, active voice, me, object, you, here, her, them, us, him, it. These are the active voice. So then coming to the passive voice, me means should be changed into I. You already you. Her means should be changed into she. Them, they. Us, we. Him, he. It. So these are the personal pronouns should be changed from active voice to passive voice. When you change the sentence into active voice to passive voice in the personal pronoun. Okay. The next one, change the subject into object. Here, the change the object into subject. Here comes subject into object. So here is observe the changes. Active voice and passive voice. First word, subject, I, you, she, they, we, he, it. These are the subject. In the active voice, these are the subject. So, in the possessive voice, object. When we change this active voice to possessive voice, there will be object will be changed. See, by me, by you, by her, by them, by us, by him, by it. Did you understand? This should be keep in mind. So change the object into subject. Object me will be changed into I, subject. Okay. So then the subject into object. The same way, when the object change into subject, the subject also change into object. Okay, that should keep in the mind. In the pronouns, when you change in the pronouns, active voice to in the possessive voice, you should remember that the object will be changed into subject, the subject will be changed into object. Already they have given you here. Okay, this is the more important things you should be known in this active voice to possessive voice changes. Okay, did you understand? I think you understand all this. So these present tenses, how to change the tenses active voice to possessive voice from 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th. These tenses I not explain. I given you. You should read and understand this because I have already explained 2 things. So by basing that you can understand all these things. Okay. I think you understand this chapter about the active voice and possessive voice. Then one more thing you should keep in mind, in the tenses, in the 4 tenses we cannot change the active voice to possessive voice. That are the present perfect continuous tense, past perfect continuous tense, future continuous tense and future perfect continuous tense. These 4 tenses, the possessive voice will not be there. This active voice cannot be changed into possessive voice. That should keep in mind. Okay. This, the models and the imperative sentences how can be changed and the pronouns how can be changed into the active voice to possessive voice.